Hello and welcome back to Bookish. Today I wanted to do the BookTube Identity Tag. This tag was created by Steve Donoghue over at his channel. I can't imagine anybody who might be watching my channel who is unaware of Steve Donoghue's channel. But I will leave a link to his video about this tag down below. It's an original tag from Steve. And you know, I think probably like most people on BookTube or who are kind of in the part of the BookTube community I'm in, we enjoy watching Steve Donoghue open mail and discuss books. I enjoy watching him discuss politics. And even if we have disagreements about books or things, for instance, I think Steve Donoghue and I had a disagreement about Ernest Hemingway and whether or not he was the Witch King of Angmar in terms of dude bro lit. Even though that's true, he has a great channel, and there's nothing, in my opinion, better than an opinionated person who will share their opinions with you and back up those opinions, and yet still leave you room to have the opinions you have. Not try to force or change your mind, but respect that your opinions are based on your own thinking and your own experiences. So the tag has 6 questions. Question number 1 is, who are you? What's your channel? How long have you been on BookTube, and how often do you post? So my name is Brian. My channel is called Bookish. I think I started my channel in July of this year, so you know, it's not really very old. And I think I probably post a video on average, 2 videos a week. Those are kind of the basics. Question number 2 is, what kind of videos do you make? So generally speaking, I make all the standard type of BookTube videos. I do book reviews, which those are my favorite. I do have a couple of series, that one of which I've completed and one of which I'm still working on a specific aspect of either American fiction in one case, or just in terms of being a book lover in the other. It's the book lover one I'm still working on. I do TBRs. I like to do tags like this one. What I really like, and one of the things that I'm surprised that I like so much, is I like the themed months. I did the People of Color-a-thon. I did Shake Tube. Right now I'm in the middle of Nonfiction November, which I'm really enjoying, and I really like those themed months. And this is odd for me because people who know me in real life would tell you I'm not really much of a joiner, but I just love joining in all these kind of bookish activities and being a part of it, and hearing and getting to see other people's videos and getting to make my own and see the comments that people leave on those videos. Question number 3 is, what kind of community have you created? I hope I've created a community of, the very least, YouTube friends, an open community of people willing to share their ideas, willing to share their opinions about books, willing to suggest books to other people, you know, willing to watch one another's videos and make comments on those. You know, I know we all wish our comments could be really insightful or clever, but you know, and I'm sure mine fail that test often. But what I would say is that any kind of comment of encouragement is certainly appreciated. And not too long ago, I got a really thoughtful comment from someone who took issue with my the video I made about reading history during Nonfiction November. And that person was really passionate about, in some ways, their objection to aspects of my video, and they suggested a whole lot of books that I should read, or things that maybe I should have talked about in that video, and I really appreciated that. I didn't always agree with what the commenter had to say, but I appreciated someone who thought that hard about my video, and thought that hard about the topic, and was, you know, willing to put all that down and engage me in that way. That's the community that I want, whether people agree with me or my opinions or not. Question number 4 are unusual features of my channel. I'm afraid my channel is not all that unusual. I'm not really all that creative, and I don't have a tremendous amount of technical expertise to make my channels unusual. I can never be, and would never attempt to be, as creative as Adam at Memento Mori, or people who do those things. That's a special type of creativity, and I'm not sure I'm capable of that. I do have an idea for a more creative series of videos, which I'm a little nervous about trying out, but I think my community, my community is open enough to giving those new set of videos a shot. I may be filming some of those and posting those in the new year. Anyway, I do have a few series. I do have a series on American World War I literature. I have a series on just being a book lover and all the different kind of ways which that manifests itself. I'm not sure how unusual those are, but I do have those types of series, and I have plans for others in the future. Question number 5 is, what's your side hustle? What else do you do online? I think in the video Steve talked about merchandise or other channels or Patreon accounts. I don't have a Patreon. I don't have any merchandise necessarily that's related to my BookTube page. Side hustle wise, having to do with books, I did write and have published by a small university press a biography of a little-known American author quite some time ago, and the sales of that book were not tremendous. So, since Steve's all for capitalism here, I'm just going to say, tell you, I'm going to leave a link to where you can find out about my book down below. Because this is about side hustle. And then the other thing, side hustle wise, I would say, is I also have a YouTube fishing channel, which is called The Old Basser, where I do a lot of bank fishing, primarily for largemouth bass. Fishing is one of those things which I really enjoy doing, and I actually started off watching YouTube videos by watching fishing videos, kind of how-to videos, and learning about fishing. And so my fishing channel is really about me learning about fishing, more about fishing, and then videoing myself fishing. So those are my two primary side hustles. I do have another YouTube channel which is about fishing, and I did write a book some time ago which is still for sale, and you might if you're interested, you can take a look at it. My advice would be to, if you really wanted to read that book, is look in your library. There's this great thing called WorldCat, which is the World Library Catalog, and it will actually help you find a copy of the book in a library closest to you. And I think I've sold more of the copies of the book were sold to libraries than the public. But also you could buy it used. At this point, I have no hopes of making any money from the book. As a matter of fact, I think it cost me money. But the more people who read it, the happier, or see it and even thumb through it, the happier I am. So the last question was, where else are you online? I just told you I have a fishing YouTube channel, and again, I'll leave the link down below. I do have a Twitter, but I really use that more for personal use. So I don't have a Twitter page for my bookish page. I just closed my Facebook account because I don't care for Facebook's activities in the lead up to the last election and afterwards. I do have an Instagram, but again, it's an account that's more for personal use. It's more closely related to my fishing channel than this channel. And I think that's it for me in terms of social media. Anyway, this was a really fun tag, and I think it's a really good idea to get to kind of reintroduce people whose channels may have grown a little bit, mine's grown a little bit, to people who may have come on, after those initial videos, after the YouTube newbie tag. So thanks to Steve for coming up with this original tag. Let me know what you think in the comment section. As always, thank you for watching.